Dimensions of the philosophical self. The philosophical concept of self delves into questions about the nature, identity, and existence of the individual. Here are some key dimensions of the philosophical self. 1. Consciousness and subjectivity. One of the central inquiries concerning the self revolves around consciousness and subjectivity. What is it that makes an individual conscious? How do subjective experiences arise from physical processes in the brain? Philosophers such as Descartes, Locke, and Husserl have grappled with these questions, exploring the relationship between the self and its experiences. 2. Personal identity. Another crucial aspect of the philosophical self is personal identity, which concerns how individuals persist and maintain their identity over time. This raises questions about what constitutes the self. Is it continuous bodily existence, psychological continuity, or something else entirely? Thinkers like John Locke proposed the notion of psychological continuity, where personal identity is tied to the continuity of memories and experiences. 3. Agency and free will. The self is often associated with agency and free will, the capacity to act and make choices autonomously. Philosophers have debated whether individuals possess genuine freedom of the will, or if their actions are determined by factors beyond their control. Existentialist philosophers like Sartre emphasize human freedom and the responsibility that comes with it, while determinists argue that all actions are causally determined. 4. Social construction and identity. Many contemporary philosophers investigate how the self is socially constructed and shaped by cultural, historical, and interpersonal factors. Postmodernists and social constructivists argue that identities are not fixed essences but are fluid and contingent upon social context and power dynamics. This perspective challenges traditional notions of the self as a stable, unified entity. 5. Eastern philosophical perspectives. Eastern philosophies offer alternative conceptions of the self. In Hinduism, for example, the self-Atman is considered identical to the ultimate reality Brahman, while Buddhism denies the existence of a permanent, independent self in Atman, and emphasizes the impermanent and interconnected nature of all phenomena. 6. Existential and phenomenological approaches. Existentialist and phenomenological philosophers delve into the lived experience of the self, emphasizing themes such as authenticity, alienation, and the search for meaning. Figures like Heidegger, Sartre, and Merleau-Ponty explore how individuals encounter themselves and the world through embodied, situated experiences. These dimensions represent just a few of the multifaceted aspects of the philosophical self. Philosophers continue to grapple with these questions,